Welcome back, turn 39 of Brain, and this is going to be a big one. As you can see from the messages here, there's a bunch of battles to go through, so we're going to come back to that. First, let's start with something fun. Well, I mean, the battles are fun too, but let's start with the arena. So here we have a battle between Bogarus and Gath. On the Bogarusan side, they have this kind of wimpy dude. He's got a Knife of the Damned, which does armor-piercing curse damage, but it's kind of a weak weapon. Helmet, the most basic helmet you can have. And Boots of Water Walking, which doesn't help much as the arena is not underwater. And then he's got a few gems. On the Gathian side, there's a basic priest. Alright, let's watch. Priest goes and bless himself, so we can see Gath's bless actually, which I don't know if I'd seen before. Poison resistance, penetration bonus, undying, strength and dark vision. Okay, so the poison resist is so like basically he took astral 3, nature 3, death 3, blood 3. Not necessarily exactly that, but something along those lines. The Undying is the Death 3, the Strength is the Blood 3, Dark Vision plus Poison Resist is... Yeah, so it's exactly that. Because Dark Vision plus Poison Resist is Nature 3. Alright. Meanwhile, this guy spent one of his 3 gems to make a Lesser Fire Elemental. And Lesser Fire Elemental is just going to walk up to this boring priest and murder him. Alright, well, let's watch another battle. It looks like this one's also Bogarus. This is versus AI Alm. And once again, he starts by summoning a Lesser Fire Elemental. Alm's got this wolf herd, which is a weak troop. Yeah, this is just kind of a junky, scouty type of guy. And here comes the Lesser Fire Elemental. The Lessers are the size 3 ones. Who walks up to the wolf herd and murders it. And now Gath is down to, or Bogarus is down to just 1 fire gem. And now we've got Bogarus attacking Lemuria. He's got his last fire gem till he make his last fire elemental, and Lemuria has a indie scout, so you can see where this is going. So Bogarus wins the arena for the price of 3 fire gems, and gets the Aegis. Well, the Aegis. That's fascinating. Which is a kind of cool shield. So, good job, Bogarus. If I'd known the competition was that low, I probably would have sent in an eagle. But, I mean, a lot of people will probably be thinking that the next time the arena comes around. So we'll see what happens. I got the Divine Bull, which is this guy here. So he refunds me an Astral Gem each turn. He spreads growth, so I'm going to send him to the Lemuria border to counteract that death there. Fortune Teller 20, so I can get better events. All in all, this guy's a good platform to launch nature stuff, because I can throw him into Communion easily and cast high-level nature stuff. The other thing that I want to do with him, well, if I can somehow get his nature up by 1, then he can make Moonvine bracelets, but that's kind of a catch-22 there. But he should be a strong summon. Become Eagle, so I've got another bird over here. He's not actually joining the fight yet, because I realized this turn that I did not have any more Rings of Ensnaring Flames. And that's a pretty key item to send on these troublemakers. That said, this guy's different from my Eagles in that he's got more magic. So he's got Air 2 which means he can misform himself. No infiltration, found magic site. I'm not going to bother clicking on these. These are both nature ones, which is still quite nice. So I want to get my nature gem income up. Akashic records. So let's look at that. This was getting updated graphs from Lemuria. So let's start with provinces. Up here is Gondwana. Since my infiltration has continued to fail, I haven't gotten new graphs, but I'm guessing that they've been going down sharply since everybody's been attacking them. Lemuria has been increasing faster than I have, but we're both increasing. Forts. Lemuria continues to have more forts since they're basically dropping an army of ghosts on forts and making them theirs. And they started out with more to begin with, because they don't really care about resources. They just fort everything to the extent that their income allows. Speaking of which, there's Gondwana's income last we know it, but amongst people that I have gotten score graphs for, I am probably ahead on income, considering Gondwana's has to have taken a hit. Or if not, I'm very close to Gondwana. Gem income, so I'm looking really good there. Research, I'm well ahead of everybody. Dominion, Lemuria has the best Dominion, which makes sense since they've got a ton of priests and a ton of Dominion score. Army size, they've got massive amounts of free spawn ghosts, whereas I'm going with the turtle approach, slow and steady. And then session points, a couple of us have thrones, many people do not. So based on that, I feel like I'm doing pretty well, which is definitely something that would have been hard to predict considering my slow start. Continuing with these messages, let's go to the events now. It's free pearls, free nature gems, misfortune over here in Sitha, which is down here. I don't care too much about Sitha. And then some free girls and money in Winter Peaks. Alright, let's look at battles. So here we've got Bogarus attacking Lemuria. Bogarus is just sending a commander to bounce off of Lemuria and see what's there, and it's not very much. There's this acolyte with some ghosts, and here are the ghosts, as well as some PD. So, I guess there's no point actually watching the battle. He's just going to run away. Then, similar to last turn, I remained on the offensive through all my battles, which I like to see. It's good to see the initiative. Let's watch this battle in Mapito Cliffs. So here, I've got a bird, and he's got this amount of PD, which is actually a good amount of PD, but this PD all sucks. They've got a bunch of poison arrow archers, but archers nonetheless, which means that these guys have to hit and go through my protection to actually hurt me, and I will soon be Iron Skin, which means that their 9 pierce damage is going to have a hard time getting through that. I'm also going to cast Air Shield, which is going to make that even harder. So, like, if those arrows actually poison me, it would be bad news, but I don't think that's going to happen. And then these veterans, they don't have anything like poison to add an X factor there. This guy's pretty tough. He's got a broadsword that will actually hit through my protection from time to time, but we'll see how this goes. So let's zoom out a bit. Cast Iron Skin. Air Shield. So it's important to get that off before the archers are able to start shooting at me. Temper Flush. Let's speed this up a bit. Flying Shield to give him protective force. And he flies to the back as scripted, and he is right on top of, well, he's right on top of, this is the No, this is not the commander. So he might have already killed the commander. Yeah, because now everybody's routed. So he just flew right on top of the commander of the PD and obliterated. He's going to have to fight guys who will try to run through him rather than around him, which is not really a concern to him. So let's go ahead and speed that up. And that is domination. Alright, another battle between Bogarus and Lemuria. And this, Bogarus has an actual army, Lemuria doesn't. So this will just be a chance for us to see what Bogarus can deploy. They've got this Holy 3, which I didn't actually check what Bogarus's recruiting capabilities are because I'm not fighting Bogarus. But that might be a recruitable Holy 3, which is always powerful. Astropelagist. This guy, he's got, I mean, those are great paths to have. Being able to communion either way, like either as a master or the slave, and cast high-level air stuff is always good. If he didn't bring anyone to communion with, other than just another guy. And then some of these random guys back here. A lot of these Ducinas, who are pretty strong cavalry. Good protection, good defense, 3 attacks. Well, one of them is the lance charge. I don't know how much they cost, but they've got solid stats. And then these cheap spearmen. So that was, yeah, he's casting some smite spells and body ethereal on his own guys, which isn't going to do very much because these guys have magic attacks. But eventually the sheer numbers of the cavalry wear down the ghosts who don't have actual protection. So the ethereal will block 3/4 of the attacks, but I mean, eventually that 4th attack will get you. So the result there was Bogarus lost 1 horse killing PD. That was in this province. So this is nice to see, not so much for the specific province, but rather that Bogarus is mounting a serious challenge on Lemuria's eastern flank. Because while I don't want to fight Lemuria, I want someone to. We can see here that Satis is doing some of that battling that I want to see. Speaking of which, can I recruit a scout somewhere up here? I probably don't have any resources to do so. Oh, you can recruit a scout. So yeah, let's go ahead and get a scout over here to watch this battle more actively. This place is continuing to recruit Columbines, mainly because I want to send them to people's capitals and get more squadrafts. Let's continue with the battles. So this is me telling Arcosfale to get out of my way. He never responded to me, so I guess now he's going to lose his raiding squad. And yeah, the archers just obliterate them, at least on that first shot. And continue to cast communion spells, but the key point here is really just to see how many of my own guys I end up accidentally killing. Alright, and the answer to that was 1. I lost 1 of my cheapest guys. Looks like, I don't know why Arco put that much PD there, like they just conquered it this turn. But that's his choice, I guess. A bit of a miscommunication in Ivanmore, where Bogarus conquered Gondwana and then had to fight Arcosfale. Let's see the initial battle. Bogarus has some more of those horsemen we saw, some more of those spearmen we saw. So this is a very small raiding group against 3 of these Ictiots. So, Gondwana didn't even have any PD. These were just Ictiots they happened to have there that were set on retreat. See if they get run down. 2 of them got killed before the 3rd one ran away. And then an actual battle Arco versus Bogarus. These guys were full-on fighting recently, so we'll see, like, if Arco considers this a happy accident or not. Quickness, body ethereal, and what are these guys doing? Oh right, they cast luck on themselves, and then they're probably going to enter communion soon. Yep. And now they're making water elementals, and water elemental, even on land, is going to be too much for these horses. And the result is a win for Arcoscephale. They didn't suffer any casualties in that battle. Alright, me attacking Thornwoods. So this is another bird. There's hardly anything here. The crossbowmen are kind of threatening, but they won't be because I have air shield. And so Hails Bales flies to the back and starts eating archers. And that's all she wrote. Battle in Iron Range. So this is my mercenaries, led by this Jotun, against Gondwana actually made a fight of this one. So they've got some of these sacreds, and we'll see they're blessed presumably for yet another time, maybe. And this guy is something of a beast. Like, he's literally a beast, but he's also got great stats. Holy 3 and a lot of magic paths. Alright, so let's go ahead and watch this. He doesn't find blessings. Now these guys have their bless, which you'll recall. Okay, so it's actually more than I thought from before. So they've got... The precision might be from a throne, I'm not sure about that. The fire resistance, magic resistance we saw before, undying we saw before, and then we still haven't seen the nature and death side of it, which have to be there somewhere because he wouldn't have simply ignored those. It's turn 39. Imprisoned pretenders should have broken free. So it's entirely possible that his pretender's already... This pretender can't be dead because he has heat aura. So now I will just be confused. Unless he just took a bunch of hit points for nature and blood. But his HP is only 12. What did he do with those other bless points? Because you only need Death 3 for Undying. So, and you only need Astral 3 for Magic Resistance. So, and none of the rest of these are Astral or Death. So there's gotta be something from nature and blood. And it's not like strength or blood surge or anything like that, because that would show up on here. Or blood bond or any such thing. Unless maybe he got heat aura from something else. Maybe there's some type of sight or spell or throne or something that gave that to him. But I don't think so. Alright, well, I'll just continue being confused. Anyway, spoilers, he wins this battle. These guys gang up on the commander, which I just had off to the side, and that causes everybody else to run away. So this guy is kind of just hanging out in the back. He's got strong magic resistance, so I can't just soul slay him and be done with it. But he does not have a particularly high amount of protection, and he doesn't have good defense. So this guy is very take-outable. The fear 11 means he's probably not good to engage in close range, but my bows should be able to do a number on him. Alright. So final score of that one was I killed one of his crossbowmen and I turned one of his big birds into a little bird. Then battle here in Golfalis. I don't even remember queuing this one up. But this is just some province that was taken over by Indies. So there's a bunch of soulless. Oh right, these are the ones that attacked my province. Like they just showed up and besieged me. So I've got a bunch of random dudes, cast Lucky on them, and then I'm just banishing all these guys. Soulless are numerous, but they're comically bad at fighting. So the banish is able to work through a good number of them, and eventually we deal with the situation at a cost of 2 sacreds. No big loss there. Finally, a battle in Dragonport. So this is another Arco raiding group against quite a bit of PD. But this PD again is all bad. They've got poison bows, but poison bows have to get through the ethereal and the protection, so that's not happening. And Arcoscephale continues to hammer these guys. These guys have made it through the line, so that'll make things interesting. But again, ethereal is doing wonders. Oh, and then one of them just shoots one of the heavy infantry with fire. Alright, so you can see where this is going. Ethereal was super effective this battle. Those are acid bolts you see flying across the screen. And the result in that one was 3 hoplites for 3 archers, and oh my goodness, 121 province defense. That's ridiculous. And that was over here, which is unfortunate because, well, I wanted that province. Although just because Arco is there doesn't mean that I can't take it, considering that Arco steadfastly refuses to commit to a non-aggression pact. So that's the thing. Recruiting, I'm continuing to recruit Choconews there. That's what I'll call them. Why can't I recruit here? Well, fine then. I guess I didn't want crossbowmen. I didn't even try to recruit those. I'm not sure why those carry forward, unless Arco is recruiting those. But work on upgrading this castle over here and getting more sages over here. Do I have a guy that can improve that? Yeah, because that's a worthwhile province to make into a grand citadel. Over here I have a regular citadel, and that's probably good enough. Yeah, I don't think that. I mean, my order for upping these should be based off of which ones have the most money, because you get a percentage of the money for upgrading. Although there's kind of the question of how much longer is the game going to go on, because, well, the return on investment will not be there after a while. But I think it's there for now. So I want to get a scout and see what's going on here. I'm finally casting Akashic Knowledge to see what site I'm missing over here. I want to cast Dark Knowledge in some places. This is a good place to cast Dark Knowledge on. I can find a spooky death guy, which doesn't look like I'll be able to do. So let's just recruit them. Yes, I know that I could search here, but Dark Knowledge will find everything, which I think someone did the math and basically established that over a few turns it'll pay for itself, especially with Domains Enhanced. You see that Hell's Bells here is going to go and attack these mountains. Pangea is like, they've basically given me the green light to vulture off of them, so I will do so. Because I like land. This does have a kind of annoying side effect that AI Ohm is going to attack me since he's still in there. We'll just see how that goes. I'm not too worried about AI Ohm. Alright, mercenaries. So there's these ethereal knights who are not numerous, but they have cool powers. I'm going to throw a bit in on them. We've got these reavers that have been there for a while. I'm not going to touch those. And the war mage is still not ready for recruitment. Alright, I think that is it for now. Turn 40, it'll be coming up next. I'm going to try to do a bit of a holistic recap at that point, so that'll probably be a bit of a longer turn. But in any case, thanks for joining me, and I will see you then.